Oh, it's starting to rain. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is best strongman tier list. We're going to be going through some of the best strongmen, and I'm not including too many here. I've only got 7 and I want to talk a bit about these guys. But if I get enough interest in this video, I will do a version 2. These are some of my personal favorite strongmen that have ever competed. Without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Alright, first up we have is Halfthor, or Thor. This is the guy that starred in Game of Thrones. He's actually also a former basketball player in 2004. He played center. More iconically is that he recently broke the half-ton deadlift, the 500 kilo conventional deadlift. There was a bit of controversy around him breaking it with 501, and if that was a properly broken record. There was a bit of skepticism around whether the plates were weighed properly, and Eddie Hall was saying, you know, it was his dad that weighed the plates, and some powerlifting referee got bullied into doing it. So I personally think he did get the 501 deadlift, but he's definitely got the 505 deadlift recently. He's been training for it for months, and then he got it about last week. As a strongman though, Thor is an absolute dominator of the sport. His major wins are, he got the World's Strongest Man in 2008. That's his only World's Strongest Man victory though. He's also won the Arnold Strongman Classic in 2018 and 2019. He's just one of those Icelandic giants, man. Like honestly, those guys are just built different from Iceland. There's a few really elite level strongmen that are from that country. So he's the first and only person to win the Arnold Strongman Classic, Europe Strongman Classic, and then the World's Strongest Man all in the exact same year. Broken 125 world records. So we're going to be ranking this tier list on not just competitive wins, but just the domination of the sport and also iconic feats of strength as well. So obviously deadlift is a really major part of powerlifting and strongman, and he's broken the world records. And I hear he's gonna go and try and attempt the 510 kilo deadlift. I'm gonna have to put Thor up in Sport Dominator. All right, next up we have is the one and only Eddie Hall. So really competitive guy, and always just had that determination like no other person really. He was the World's Strongest Man winner in 2017, and then sort of gave up his career as a strongman, but came to fulfill one aspiration, and that was to win a strongman for a year. And then yeah, and obviously he broke the deadlift world record, which was 500 kilos. He actually broke the previous deadlift conventional record equipped by 37 kilos, which is pretty unheard of. A lot crazier than you think. That whole crowd went crazy when he got that deadlift. Honestly, I'll put a video in. One of the most iconic videos of Eddie Hall was doing that half-ton deadlift, and the first person to ever do it. Yeah, that record only crept up by 1 to 2 kilos every year, and then he just absolutely shattered the record by 37 kilos in competition as well. He secured 5 consecutive Britain's Strongest Man titles from 2014 to 2018. His gym lifts completely raw. This is something I'm going to include as well because these are really impressive. His bench press is 300 kilos completely raw. His squat is 405 kilos completely raw. That is insane. And then his deadlift with the 18-inch bar is 536 kilos, which is actually a world record as well. Great competitor. The fact that he's only won a singular World's Strongest Man, I'm not going to put him like insanely high. I'm going to put him up at icon. Alrighty, next up we have Brian Shaw. Now Brian Shaw is an absolute giant, literal Goliath in human flesh. He was born in Colorado in 1982. He also started out in basketball as well, probably just because he's so freaking tall. He is 6'8" and 200 kilos, just an absolute giant. I'm going to include an iconic video of Brian Shaw here. He was doing like the keg toss. And the keg actually hit his shoulder, and he walked it off like an absolute champ. Now, he threw it up probably like, I don't know, 20 feet or something, came back down, clipped his shoulder, didn't even phase him. Just gives you an idea of the size of this sort of bloke. A keg hitting someone this hard on the shoulder would absolutely decimate your bones and shatter your shoulder most likely. But the keg retired after this and now lives in Florida, living the best life a keg could live. Damn, hope the keg is okay. The keg later apologized. Just to give you an idea of the size size of this guy. So the size of an average gorilla's arm compared to the size of Brian Shaw's arm, literally bigger. It's wild. And an average gorilla has 10 times the strength a human does. A lot of people haven't seen Brian Shaw in person, but trust me, if you did, you'd be looking up at him like this. I'm 5'11". 6'8" is like a complete different human being to me. He was the World's Strongest Man winner in 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2016, runner-up in 2010 and 2021. He's made a pretty big impact in the sport in terms of accomplishments as well, so I'm going to be putting him pretty high on this tier list. I think he deserves quite a good spot up here. I'm going to have to put him up at one of the greats. A living Goliath of a guy. When you imagine what a strongman looks like if you've never seen one in person, this is the sort of dude that you imagine. Next up we have is Mark Felix. Now, Mark Felix holds a special place in my heart. Reason being, he might not have won any World's Strongest Man titles, but this guy started competing in his mid-30s, which is very different to a lot of other competitors. They start a lot younger than that. He's like a competitive fossil, honestly. He's a really old dude, and it's inspiring to me personally. So literally competing and beating people half his age. I'm gonna play a little video here of one of the competitions he was in, and literally versing like people less than half his age, and he's beating them, which is just 10-time World's Strongest Man competitor, 4-time finalist, 1.92 meters tall. What he's really well known for is his grip strength. He's got insane grip strength, and in particular is the Hercules hold. He got the world record for the 2020 Hercules hold at 50 years old. It's funny when he does it too, because everyone else is just like holding the pillars, sane struggle, and then he's just sitting there just like zen, just completely unfazed. And he's just renowned for just like, it looks like he's about to fall asleep, and he's holding like, so he once measured at 6'4" as a strongman, and obviously as you age you sort of shrink in height, so he's now 6'2.5", and someone pointed this out to him, like, whatever happened to, you know, being that 6'4" dude? And he was like, he says, and I quote, "It could be age or carrying all those heavy yokes." It's just amazing grip strength like no one else. It's crazy. I'm gonna put him up at icon, honestly, just for like the level of competitiveness that he has to compete with guys that are literally like, could you imagine if he started competing in his 20s? It'd be insane. Next up we have, alright, so Zydrunas, also known as Big Z. This guy is one of the biggest competitive dominators of World's Strongest Man. He has the most achievements, beating everyone, hitting them out of the park, honestly. He's won World's Strongest Man 4 times. He's taken the Arnold Classic title 8 times. He's won 2 IFSA World Championships, 3 Europe's Strongest Man titles. He's broken over 70 world records in the span of his career. The most amount of world records over anyone else. He's renowned for his log press strength. He held the world record from 2005, breaking 200 kilos. He's broken it almost every single year up until 2015 with 228 kilos. Yeah, just insane pressing static strength. It's unreal. This is just to give you an idea of how strong he was. In 2005, I believe it was, he was doing the log press, and he did 4 reps, breaking the record. The second person that did the log press could only do 1 rep of the 200 kilo log press. It's wild. He's an 8-time Arnold Strongman Classic champion, and the list goes on. Honestly, I'll put a screenshot of his achievements here, and it's just like, doesn't even fit the screen. Honestly, all-time great. He's got to go up in Hall of Fame. Next up we have is Marius. He is now a Polish mixed martial artist, and he was a former strongman competitor. His nickname is the Dominator. He's won the World's Strongest Man 5 times, so more than anyone else. He's just absolutely shaken up the sport like no other person has. Came into the scene of strongmen as a strongman competitor in the 2000s. Yeah, 5 world titles of World's Strongest Man between 2002 and 2008. He won Europe's Strongest Man a record 6 times. Multitude of international wins that ranked him as one of the sport's most frequent winners. Also a really ripped dude as well. He's got actually like, he doesn't look like a, 200 kilo strongman. He's just quite shredded. He's got quite an insane physique as well. He's got the most amount of world titles over anyone, so that's got to put him pretty high up. I'm gonna put him up at one of the greats, I reckon. Maybe potentially even Hall of Fame. Lucky last, John Paul Sigmund. Now this guy is, if you don't know him, he passed away in 1993 tragically from a heart attack, but he was the first man to win 4 Strongest Man titles. His final Strongest Man title was a little bit controversial. This other dude was absolutely dominating the competition. He was gonna win up until the last event, which actually got changed last minute, and it got changed into his favor. So he actually won that year and securing the 4 strongest man titles. Yeah, another Icelandic Viking dude. They're just built different from that, I'll tell you. Just built to be strongmen. But yeah, he's a really electric guy. He really brought a lot of enthusiasm into the sport. He's one of the OGs. 4 times world's strongest man, 2 times Europe's strongest man, 5 times winner of world's muscle power championships. Great physique as well for a strongman. It wasn't like one of the heaviest dudes. Yeah, really electric dude. He really brought a lot of energy into the sport.
I'm not an Eskimo, I'm a Viking!
Great competitor as well. Love to yell. Put him up an icon. Bit of a living legend, this guy. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to be doing my own merch drop soon. So let me know if these designs are something that you guys will wear to the gym. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.